cherish all the time you spend. You tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend. You tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, K Money, and in the building with me, my co-host Slash, Freddie G, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and or subscribe. Welcome to another True Tuesday episode. Fellas, I don't know if you guys seen this story or not, but I thought it was interesting, and I wanted to get our thoughts about the situation that occurred. You guys heard of Douglas Barnes? 45-year-old black man from Livonia, Michigan. That name sound familiar to either one of y'all?
No, not me.
Douglas Barnes. He was arrested for killing a 17-year-old Samantha McCaffrey recently, and he just blatantly, was waiting. He shot on her prom night. Yeah.
What's his first name?
Douglas Barnes.
And how old is he?
He was 45 years old, and Samantha was 17 years old. And the night of her prom, she was actually leaving with her father, who just happens to be a police officer for that county or for that city.
Yeah.
So. The reason he shot. Well, let me give you a backdrop. Let me go backwards. Okay, the daughter of Sergeant Mike McCaffrey of the Livonia Police Department was stepping out of her limousine when Barnes, armed with the AK-47, opened fire. Which pretty much riddled the teenager with bullets.
Right.
After that, he repeatedly shouted an eye for an eye, and basically this boiled down to his 19-year-old son being killed by the sergeant sometime before that in 2020. Mm-hmm. And he fatally shot his son. So basically, I believe his son was reaching for insurance in the glove box.
Yeah.
And the officer opened fire and killed him. And later on was acquitted for this killing.
Beat the charge.
Right. Yeah. So Douglas took it upon himself, to I can't say take the law in his own hands, but he definitely was a tit for tat move, and I feel Douglas's pain. At the same time, it doesn't make it right what he did, but I don't really have any empathy for the police officer. Because this type of these type of killings happen a lot, which we've talked about on previous shows. I'm not saying that I do agree with what Douglas did. He had a lot of courage, in my opinion, to do something of this nature, because I would have never done anything like this. But I definitely understand, an eye for an eye. And in the police officer's case, I look at that as kind of karma. They both were wrong,
and the police officer was wrong first. So had he not did what if the officer had not did what he did, this guy wouldn't have had a reason to do what he did.
And see, as a black man, and all four of us are black on this panel, being pulled over by the police, like I said, we've had this conversation on several shows where police are shooting. We're becoming victims, and we're even abiding by the law.
Yes.
I said, this young man was reaching to get the information that I'm sure he was asked for, by the police officer, but didn't get that opportunity to prove he had the paperwork. I'm assuming he was asked for, and I'm not sure how they could even prove that this officer was fearing for his life, which is normally what they're
they say
their reasoning is for opening fire on the suspect.
if it wasn't a gun in that glove box.
Right, but I mean, did he even have a chance to open it? I don't even know. But and then I don't. The story never did mention a gun being found. So it's just another case on police officers killing black men, and I'm sure Douglas, again, 45 years old. He's seen and heard about this happening too many times, and just happens to be a victim in this particular case. Well, not a victim. The father of a victim in this particular case. Do you guys think he was right or wrong?
Man,
in your opinion?
If it was me, I understand exactly what he did, man. If
it's a hard.
that's your child,
Yeah.
and this man didn't have to kill your child the way he did. There was no gun involved. Why did you kill him like that? So I can understand where his mind went to say, you know what, I'm going to catch you, I'm going to get you, and I'm going to take this. But the problem with this man was the fact that they got off. The police officer got off for it. That's probably what really pissed him off.
I mean, that's be the problem. It's like if you clearly in the wrong, man, golly, man, I don't fault that man for.
Why not shoot the police officer? Why shoot his daughter?
Oh, he shot his daughter?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where the karma came in. And that's where I'm calling.
I would have.
That's what I'm calling the karma.
I would have shot the police officer. That didn't been me. I wouldn't have shot the daughter. That was.
Yeah, I mean, don't shoot the daughter.
Don't shoot the daughter. She had nothing
but
to do
he
with
was
it.
just trying to relay the message back.
Well, it goes
the same way.
He
You
wanted
shot
him to
my
feel that
son,
same
I'm
pain.
Maybe he
shooting
was
your
thinking
daughter.
sins of the father. I don't know. That's what they, they were sins
You
of
want
the
to
father.
elaborate on that?
You know how they say sins of the father. So whatever sins your father did, your child's gonna pay for it.
Okay.
That's what they people mean by that. So it could be that, but if I have a problem with you, I'm coming to that person, not your child, not your friends, not.
That's what you would think.
That's what you would think,
right. But apparently he wanted him to feel that same pain he felt by losing his son. So, of course it had to be premeditated, to think this out. And after he shot the young lady, he sat there and waited and didn't, avoid being arrested or anything like that. He apparently knew what he was doing.
He did some snowfall.
And like I said, after he shot the young lady, he yelled an eye for an eye.
Yeah, he did some season 6, episode 10 of Snowfall, where the lady shoots the CIA agent, and she gets on her knees and put her hands around and wait for the police. That's what he did. I can kind of feel it and think about it. It was for her son on that show. It was for her son, so he did it for his baby. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking on here. It says his son was shot 4 years prior.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. For your kid, man, you'll do damn
So he
anything.
waited
If
4 years.
Simple traffic stop his son was stopped for.
Yeah. You would do anything for your kid. I mean, once it's certain lines you can cross. I don't care who you are. Your child is one of those lines.
Obviously, he didn't feel that justice had been served.
That's what I'm
Exactly,
saying.
you know what I mean?
He got off scot-free.
Yeah, he didn't feel like
Probably
justice
got a
was
bonus
served.
and everything. Oh, yeah, I'm coming to see you, homeboy. You killed my child.
So
I'm
you
coming to
agree
see
with
you.
what he did?
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry. I agree. I understand, but it's not right. At the same
Right.
time, it's not right.
I
agree
agree with you on
and
that.
I understand, but it's
Because
not
one
right.
thing you don't do is nothing to our children.
Right.
I just feel, this young lady just was graduating and didn't get an opportunity to start, her life.
The girl, the daughter.
Yeah, she was totally innocent in this situation.
So was his son.
Facts.
And so that's how the man looking at it.
Yeah, that's how he looking at it. Man,
My
I
son
love
was
whole
innocent.
son. You ain't gonna bring it back, and you free, and you sticking the check out here.
Right
smiling,
now,
grinning,
he's
grinning.
even. That's
Yeah,
why he sat and
Well,
waited for the laws to come.
He
get him.
really lost him. I mean, because he's not going to get off like the police officer got off. He's not.
He not.
He
So,
not.
But
it's even to a certain extent,
yeah,
depending on how you
he
look
feel
at it.
he's even. That's what he wanted. Justice
At that
to be
point, when you
served.
take your child away, at that point, I'm already, as Freddie G always say, I'm blacked out. I'm blacked out at this point. You done took my child. Everything in me is gone.
So when you
once I black out, I don't care what you do with the rest. I'm blacked out. So I'm blacked out for life because you done took my child. I get that's why I say I understand, It's not right.
It's not like this happened a week after his
Doesn't
son was
matter.
taken.
My
This was
child's never coming back.
This was 4 years.
My child's never coming back.
Understandable. So when this man goes to trial, do you think the jury's going to consider his loss?
Probably not.
In
More
the
than likely
punishing
not. They
phases,
not
because
gonna
he's
care.
going to be
They not gonna
found
care.
guilty.
They're
They're
not
not
gonna
gonna care
care.
nothing
They're
about
not
it because
gonna
the law never got
Yeah.
charged for the crime.
You took out
So that don't even matter no more. His
Yeah.
son just did.
So K Money,
Yes, sir.
I heard you disclose the ethnicity of the son, that he was black. Was the officer black?
No, the
No, it was
officer
a
was
white
officer.
Okay. Okay, so man, number one, I mean, you can't. First of all, it's been 4 years later before he retaliated. So
Right.
so there's a lot of pain there. There's a lot of hurt.
Built
Yes.
And so and it never went away. And when a person has been hurt, what we can't do is tell them how they should respond to that hurt.
How they healed
Yeah,
the way.
how they should respond to that hurt. Now, I know the title of the show is Eye for an Eye versus Karma, right? Well, I don't believe in karma, number one, because it's like some Hindus' beliefs and stuff. But I understand what you mean by karma. Eye for an eye, yeah, I can see that, because in the guy yelled eye for an eye. But I'm more so of a believer of you reap what you sow. And so that officer killing that kid or killing that man's son, you know, that's the seed that he sowed
when he killed
when he killed that man's son.
Geno Barnes
And so Barnes reacted
4 years later.
4 years later. Now
Especially-
you're reaping what you had sowed. That officer, he's reaping what he has sowed. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Sometimes, depending on what day you catch me on how I react to certain things.
And I think that's everyone.
Yeah, it depends on how you. But I will say this. I don't know. I'm sorry. What's the guy's name again who killed the girl? The
Douglas Barnes
Douglas
was
Barnes?
the black 45-year-old black
father.
man.
Okay, so I don't know what Douglas Bourne had going on. If he had any other kids, if he had a wife,
Right.
if his mom and dad still living, nieces, nephews, none of that. What I will say is, honestly, he ended up losing.
I agree.
He didn't win
I agree.
because if he had a wife, she's lost her husband.
Yep.
If he had other kids, they've lost their father.
But what if it's one of them wives that's like, I don't care what you got. You know, you seen him on the movie.
We're not doing that.
You need to do something.
No, you ain't finna put no key in my back. Nah, we ain't doing that.
You gotta understand, just as he's grieving, his wife may be at home grieving just as hard. And after a while, man, you get to a breaking point if you keep seeing the wife grieving.
But
you got to look at it that way too.
Yeah, here's the thing.
The
I get
pressure
it.
from the grieving.
That's the love and the hurt that they're feeling for their child or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, and again, I'll be the first to say, depending on what day it is, certain things I don't know how I'll react. I would like to think that a cooler head would prevail, but that man had 4 years to try to cool off.
He had, but you gotta
And keep in mind, during those 4 years, how many other police killings went on and police officers getting acquitted that he had to listen to, which
he
just
got that.
re-triggered
Right,
what he was
exactly.
already feeling.
Every time it
and every
started
day,
all over.
Every day you wake up without your son, it re-triggers it. So you got to look at that.
You know what? If I was his attorney, I don't want to say insanity, but there's some kind of loophole in there where he has some kind of PTSD or something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel
I wouldn't try to go up and straight up just represent him. Just no, he didn't do it. I take the approach of
Why he did it.
Yeah, why he did it, the hurt, the pain, and all that stuff.
I definitely feel he should be found guilty. However, I feel the court should offer some type of leniency when sentencing this man again, because, like I say, just to have it replayed over and over again, when you see it in the news every other month, of another, you are hearing in the news of another police killing. Now all that's doing is just, like I said, replaying this back in this man's head. So to say what he was going through, Freddie G, hell, how can you recover or I don't even think recover is the correct terminology I want to use, but get over something tragic like that when you seeing this happening over and over again? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it, and the depending on your
It
religious,
just makes you more angry each and every time, and then these people are getting off.
Well, I get it.
That's a slap in the face.
I get
it is.
And that just triggered him and like, oh fuck this, I'm finna.
I mean, imagine how many times you probably seen him coming out of Starbucks smiling, or coming out of Subway with a sandwich, smiling, and on his lunch break.
Here's what
Boy,
else
that'll
could,
piss me off.
Here's something else that could happen with that, though. So, who's to say? Well, we know that police officer is going to grieve behind his kid now, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
But who's to say that doesn't anger that police officer even more? No more black kids are getting killed.
He
And
retaliates.
Who's to say that's not gonna? Who's to say that police officer is not gonna go? Because that police officer's on the street still.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that police officer's not gonna go and
it
attack
out
other
on another-
people in his family?
True. He might.
Say that again.
Who's
Who's to say he won't take things out on his family?
Yeah.
See, you gotta think.
He might be too strategic and wait.
That police officer now
on the black
is
man,
still
on
on the
Douglas's-
seat.
Yeah.
He's still on the streets. So now who's to say, based upon your actions in killing that police officer kid, who's to say that police officer who has a lot of power, who has a lot of access to things, who can plant things and do all, who's to say that he don't slowly take out your family members, maybe not kill them, but put
Just make
trumped
life harder
up, put
for 'em.
trumped up charges
on
and all
him.
kind of stuff.
Stop him for no reason.
Who's to say that?
Yep, stop him for no reason. Traffic tickets for no reason.
So he very well could have escalated things even further,
Right.
made things worse.
That's very possible. However, if that was the case, I would think. Well, I've said this before in previous podcasts, where I would think something that the police department would do, which you would think would be pretty standard, especially if an officer has been involved in something like this before. You would think that, okay, I hear what you're saying as far as making things harder for the family member, and I'm automatically just assuming, him shooting another family member, but it could be something as simple as, like you say, shoplifting or things of that nature, just to make things harder for them. Them bringing that to the police department's attention wouldn't draw up an investigation of this officer, because it's pretty much hearsay. You know what I'm saying? And just that bond that the police department has, the brotherhood, I mean, that definitely gives him the upper hand. And like you said, Douglas definitely possibly could have made things a lot worse. And he's definitely losing in this, in my opinion.
And also keep this in mind. Although some of those guys are not people in the prisons, they're not actual police, but they're turnkeys, and they're in them county jails. Some of them in county jails, they're actual police, but when they get to prison, they're not actual police. They're like guards and stuff. They may feel like that we're going to retaliate on you because of what you did to somebody in authority. They may have some kind of power trip.
Yeah, and then I just thought about it. I haven't been in jail. I don't want to go to jail, but kids. I know there's something about kids. You can't really just be messing with kids like that. Killing kids, like grown
So
adults.
you thinking the inmates would do
Yeah,
something? I
and
think once
especially
they hit,
since it's a cop kid.
I don't think so. I think
I think
that
it'd
it'll
be-
be the other way around.
I think they'll be
I think
praising
they'll be
them.
praising him.
Oh, even as a cop kid. Oh, yeah.
Not so much as praising them, but they'll be like, "Oh yeah, if somebody
they would
would kill my
understand
kid,
that retaliation.
Okay, yes, right.
just like you had made your point a little earlier."
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that they would understand his side more so and be praising him, and if anything, protecting him from those guards that would you possibly say would be retaliating on the officer's behalf.
Okay, I got that wrong. And I just thought,
But like I say, I just hate the 17-year-old female who was just starting life and didn't see this coming and didn't have to be killed in this manner. Definitely was cruel. But he did accomplish his mission on, getting an eye for an eye, which again, I'm not justifying, but I just don't seem to have the type of empathy you would think I should have for this officer.
I don't either. I mean, it's messed up as it is. Golly, you taking away somebody's child. Even if it was vice versa, and the cop went first and he went second, but it doesn't matter which way it went. I would have been.
It's just the
losing
fact
the
that
child.
this shit just happening too much, bro.
It is.
Yeah. It's other people, other families out there that are still trying to recover from losing their loved ones, and like I said, in this very exact same manner.
Man, people want justice.
So
man.
just like he clicked or whatever, somebody it could have given somebody the idea to want to do the same goddamn thing, but they just have to understand the repercussions.
You know what?
behind their
it.
actions.
Yeah,
You
we
don't
won't
have
look-
to understand.
Yeah, we want justice, but they getting vacations and raises. So maybe we should say, hey, give them vacations and raises, and maybe we'll get justice. Because shit, they getting total opposite.
Do the article mention the reason why he was stopped by the police?
No, it just
The-
says a
the
traffic
son?
stop.
It was something about was it expired tags on a car? That's why they pulled him over.
I just saw.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Expired
Just
tags.
expired tags.
Well, I guess he.
That's when he became.
Oh, it does say expired. Confrontation
Yeah.
began over expired tags, which escalated into a heated verbal argument. So, Gino, I'm thinking, he was well. Okay, I'm stereotyping now when I'm saying this because we have to keep in mind how some officers will come and approach us and talk to us like we just
like you're already a criminal.
No. I want y'all to keep in mind, y'all want to keep open their ears because I know y'all seen these stops before where the officer's very kind and all he asks for ID. I don't have to give you my ID, officer. Y'all done seen those stops.
Well, that's the idiot.
Yeah. So we don't know how to stop when. And if he just said it was escalated, it was heated argument, that means to me that somebody didn't comply somewhere.
I agree.
That's true. And if they did some idiot like that, then hey.
At that point, now I'm all on the officer side, and y'all know me. I cannot stand police officers. However, I'm going to see both sides, right? So I'm a realist. If we get stopped and we have whole attitude and this cop being nice, man, much as I don't like cops, I'm on the cop side, especially if he's being nice, cordial, and we got an attitude and don't want to comply to what the officer's saying.
So
at that point,
so check it out. I get it.
yeah,
So even if the person that's being pulled over don't want to cooperate with the officer as far as providing their ID and all that stuff, that still doesn't justify the officer using deadly force.
it don't.
So when you say that you're on the officer's side at that point, there are other things, the other steps that the officer should take
Correct.
before using lethal force.
I got it. So can you agree? There's cause and effect, right?
Yeah.
So if the man would have just gave his ID up and got it, he probably would have got a ticket. And
But
went
we
on.
don't know if that's
But
what the
if it was an
situation was.
escalated argument, if it was escalated, more than likely,
So even if
Two people have to be engaged to be escalated.
So let me show you something about that.
yeah.
I don't want to get too far off track. And K-Money, I know that you did say that it was expired tags.
Expired tags. So
Okay.
he had a reason to put
So
him
he
in
was
over.
already in the
Okay.
wrong. So start there.
So expired tags, right? So if you're telling me I pulled you over for expired tags, write my ticket for expired tags. You really, if I'm not under arrest or detained, I do not have to show you my ID. You stop me for expired tags, give me my ticket.
And that's why.
Period.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay, now go.
So the you said earlier the officer could be coming up to you and he's being nice and polite, but we still have rights as
Yeah.
citizens. So
And you nice and polite, officer, but I don't want to talk to you. Just give me my ticket so I
Right.
can go.
Okay, give you a good example. K Money, this is just pretend. I don't owe K Money no money. K Money, I need to borrow $400 from you, and I'm gonna give it back to you tomorrow. 2 months go by. I ain't gave you shit. You say, man, K Money come up to me. You owe me $400. Blah blah blah. I get an attitude with you because I owe you $400. So already, wait, listen.
Okay.
Already, when this man pulls up, he's already in the wrong because his sticker's out. So the first thing I should not have done with K Money is got an attitude with him because I owe him $400. I shouldn't have got an attitude with him because I'm wrong, right? I should have gave it back tomorrow, but it's 2 months later and I still ain't get it.
I understand.
So this man got stopped with a sticker. The first thing he should not do is have any type of attitude with your sticker. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
Let me show you something. I get it.
Yeah.
The $400 analogy you use or whatever. I think it's comparing apples to oranges. But let me say this. Mm-hmm. If you're a cop and you pull me over, and when you pull me over, I ask you, what you pulled me over for? And I said with attitude. Matter of fact, I say, why the fuck you pulled me over?
Okay.
And he said, because you got expired tags. Okay, give me my motherfucking ticket.
If it went
No, check it out. Period.
You don't need to see license registration.
You don't need to see nothing. That's what you
already know
stopped
what
me
the
for.
violation is for.
True.
You don't even. The next move is the law gonna probably say, "Can I have your ID or whatever?" No,
Yeah.
and your next move would be, "Am I under arrest or am I detained?"
So wait. So first of all, you got an expired tag. So now, as an officer, I need to make sure that this motherfucker not stolen. The next move is ask for ID because your tags are expired.
If it's stolen,
so
it
can
would
I
be
get your
reported.
ID, sir?
If it's stolen, the law would know that it's stolen because it's already reported.
That's why he pulled you over.
But now at this point, listen, your tags are expired. Is your license expired? I want to see how many tickets I can write.
Listen. At the end,
Y'all not seeing it?
Okay, so
as much as I don't like cops, I see it now just because of the altercation.
I do see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know from the standpoint that we have rights too.
You right.
And so you pull me over for expired tags. I don't want to talk to you. Give me my motherfucking ticket.
We can talk in court.
And then you say, well, do you have your driver's license? I don't want to talk to you. Give me my motherfucking tickets. You write me a ticket for no driver's license. Then you continue to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. Write me a ticket for that. I don't want to talk to you. Write me a ticket for that. I don't want to talk to you. Write me a ticket for that.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I'll see your ass in court.
But you're not supposed to shoot me.
This man was shooting
But
when he
you can't
was
shoot
starting
me.
to comply.
Okay, Freddie G. I'm
not
going
supposed to
to
shoot
get
me.
you on this. Freddie G. 18-year-old Freddie G as a cop, and you said all that shit.
As a cop.
As a 18-year-old attitude,
me as
Freddie
a cop,
G.
They wouldn't let me be a cop.
No, I'm just saying.
Here's why they wouldn't let me.
I should say that. The personality of an 18-year-old Freddie G is a cop. And all that shit you just said.
I'm finna be
what
honest.
you think
I'm finna be honest with you. The personality of an 18-year-old me as a cop, a lot of motherfuckers wouldn't be getting arrested. A lot of motherfuckers wouldn't be getting pulled over.
But if they were talking shit, what the responded just like that you just said.
You don't hear me.
Flip it. If it's a white guy responding like you said, give me my motherfucking ticket.
Check it out.
Give me my motherfucking
Check it out. A lot of motherfuckers wouldn't be getting pulled over. A lot of motherfuckers wouldn't get no ticket. I ain't working.
Okay, never mind. You win that one.
Well, this is like I said, man. This is another case of unnecessary police on black crime. I think is what it's called. Yeah. Like I said, I don't condone Mr. Barnes, but I totally understand Mr. Barnes' reaction, and I'm sorry for his loss and anybody else that had lost a loved one through the police unnecessary shootings. Appreciate y'all joining this piece. This concludes another True Tuesday episode, and be sure you tune in tomorrow for another episode of Women Wednesday with Freddie G. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Sky Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Sky Podcast, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and or subscribe. And to all my 52 Sky faithfuls, it may be new to you, but if you heard it here, then you know it's true.